Hello, everybody, and welcome into yet another edition of our Sunday social podcast, start, sit, hour, whatever Dylan wants to call it.
Live stream.
Live stream. We are here to answer, once again, all of your tough start, sit questions. Ike has joined us once again with his turtleneck. But let's just zoom through some late week 6 inactives here. We got Kyle Pitts questionable with the hamstring, expected to play though. Justice Hill was doubtful with the hamstring. Rashad Bateman was ruled out. T. Higgins is questionable with the ankle, but he was ruled active.
He's active. Yep.
He was ruled active. Same with Hayden Hurst. He was dealing with the groin injury. Then we have Christian Watson, who is ruled out with the hamstring. Big surprise with Jonathan Taylor getting ruled out with the ankle. Then you had Nyheim Hines out with the concussion. Zay Jones questionable with the ankle, but expected to play for the Jags. And then you got Marvin Jones Jr., who has been ruled out with the hamstring injury. Obviously, Tua was ruled out with the concussion. But then also we got Teddy Bridgewater, who's questionable with the concussion, looking like Skylar Thompson's going to make his first start. Raheem Mostert. Oh, go ahead, Don.
And Bridgewater's active. Did you say that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, he's active. He's just the backup. It's oh my god. And I have Tua in so many Superflex leagues. Sorry, I just need to get this off my chest. And I went and spent so much fab, or I already had Bridgewater as my quarterback. And then he plays one series and he goes down with the concussion. And then he's active today and he's the backup. You got to be kidding me. I have to start like 4 non-quarterbacks in Superflex leagues this week because of the quarterback injuries.
You play it, so you stop complaining.
Not complaining. I love every second of having to play Rondale Moore in my Superflex over a quarterback.
There's people out there who have worse situations than you. But we'll move on here with Raheem Mostert, questionable with the knee. He is expected to start, but it's never good for him because he's got injury concerns as always. Alexander Madison has been this is a game time decision with the shoulder. If it is really ultimately game time decision, I'm not seeing anything other than that. We got Mac Jones, questionable with the ankle. It doesn't look like he's going to start, though. It's going to be Bailey Zappi again.
Yeah,
Damian Harris, questionable with the hamstring, ruled out, expected to miss at least this game. Nelson Aguilar also ruled out with the hamstring. Jacoby Myers, questionable with the knee, but is expected to play.
Mike, hold on. Did you get the update that Harris was out, or was that because I got one this morning saying he was going through warm-ups actually, and he was going to see how he was feeling?
I just see it says expect this weekend to be the beginning of the Ramondre Stevenson show.
Okay,
that's what it says for me.
Oh no, just got it. He's inactive, so keep going.
All right, so. Next one was Jameis Winston. This is weird. He's active, but he's also going to be the backup to Andy Dalton. So it's kind of the same situation going on there. Then we have Jarvis Landry, who was ruled out with the ankle. Michael Thomas ruled out with the foot. And then the late addition of Chris Olave ruled out with the concussion when he was, positively trending, believe it or not. And then obviously Kenny Galladay and Kadarius Toney are out for like the, 5th straight week. Feels like Wan'Dale Robinson. He's questionable with the knee. It would be a golden opportunity for him if he could get out there. Pat Freiermuth was ruled out with concussion. Oh my God, these injuries are piling up. Julio Jones doubtful with the knee issue, but Chris Godwin and Russell Gage are not on the injury report, so that's good. Nobody cares about defense. This is fantasy football. On to the later games. Darrell Williams is out with the knee, and so is James Conner with his ribs. So it's looking like an Eno Benjamin start day. I know a lot of people went out and got him in the waiver period, so this should be an interesting play for him. And then moving on to the Panthers, we got Baker Mayfield is doubtful with the ankle, giving P.J. Walker his first start of the year.
Yay.
50-50. I don't know how that can go. I don't know. Robbie Anderson was questionable with the illness. Go ahead.
I was just going to tell you, I can tell you how it's going to go, and it's not going to go well.
I mean, it can't go any worse than fucking Baker's what he's done.
Facts.
Cam Akers was ruled out with a personal decision. It looks like Malcolm Brown will be the backup to Darrell Henderson. Cooper Kupp, questionable with the foot, but is expected to this is an absolute shit show. I remember getting that notification about 10 minutes before we started the show, Tyler. Cooper Kupp is, though, expected to play. Oh man, that's rough.
Yeah.
Tyler Higbee questionable with the ankle, but it's pointing to him playing. This one we already knew. Rashad Penny out for the year, giving Kenneth Walker the start. Man, and then all you got for the late games, the later game for Sunday night is CeeDee Lamb questionable with the hip, but it looks just to be precautionary. And then obviously Dak Prescott was ruled out, and it's going to be Cooper Rush starting.
The CeeDee Lamb thing actually makes me a little nervous because I was watching the ESPN show this morning. Stephania Bell was worried about it because that was something that popped up later in the week. Previously, he was dealing with a groin injury, and that seems to be all good to go. And then that hip happened, and he was a no-show for practice on Friday. And in our home league, guys, I actually went out and got picked up Noah Brown off of free agency this morning, just in case something happens to Lamb. So he's definitely something to monitor, and it sucks they don't play until tonight as well. So you'll have to have somebody who either plays Sunday night or Monday to be able to replace him if he happens to be ruled out.
I'm not. The only reason I'm not too concerned is because the last time he was added late to the injury report, he came out and said, I don't want people to be scared. It's just a precautionary thing. So, I mean, he hasn't come out and said it this time. So I'm just hoping it's that way as well.
Sure.
But we could probably move on to our questions here because we do have a live one already.
Yeah, go ahead, pull it up.
Dion. He wants to know Taysom Hill, Irv Smith, Evan Ingram, or Schultz or Disley. Man, you are picking from the garbage bin.
Evan Ingram.
That's actually the first thought that came into my mind as well as Evan Ingram, which is not super confident about it. And with Ike and I saying that means Taysom Hill is going to go for 28.5 fantasy points today.
Agreed.
Well, here's the thing. You got the recipe for success for Taysom Hill this week. You got all three of the receivers out, and it's just Kamara. You don't have Winston. It's just Andy Dalton. So, I mean, considering all of these guys are pretty much hanging around the same range, give me the guy who could be scoring the most today, and that's Taysom Hill.
Yeah, I hear you. It's just so hard for me to recommend somebody who plays less than 30% of the snaps weekly. It's
yes,
wild.
But it's weird because those 30% of the snaps, he gets the ball every single goddamn time. It makes no sense.
And they're
designed for him.
And they're important.
Fantasy points per snap or whatever. It must be insane.
Yeah, it probably is.
And he gets the red zone touches too.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's all the important snaps, that he gets.
So I'd go Taysom Hill this week. It's definitely beneficial. You have Thomas, Jarvis Landry, and Olave out because they aren't gonna. Who are they gonna throw to? Callaway, Traquan Smith, Troutman, Kamara. That's gonna be it, pretty much.
Juwan Johnson.
Yep. So I think it's Taysom Hill. And then he wants to know Geno Smith or Russell Wilson. Man, you never thought we'd be saying this, but it's Geno Smith.
I agree.
Geno. Yep.
He plays Arizona, man. It's gonna be a shootout. Hopefully.
Yeah, Russell Wilson struggling like all hell, and Geno Smith is just on a tear. He's scored top 10 quarterback 3 out of the 5-10 weeks so far, so hopefully he makes it 4.
Super weird.
Daniel Pierce, what's up, man? We start Higgins today. Usage worries. Are we playing Lazard or I'm guessing that's DPJ?
That's who he's playing.
It's DJ Moore.
Oh, DJ Moore. I've never seen
that's
it
who he's playing because
Higgins. What do we, dude? That's so
I'm not
tough.
playing him. I'm not playing him.
In my home league, I don't think I'm playing him either, but I'm starting Cooper Kupp, Gabe Davis, and CeeDee Lamb over him. But
that's
the problem
different.
is,
yeah.
Do you want to play Alan Lazard or DJ Moore over Higgins though, Ike?
I would, yeah. We saw what he did with his ankle last week. Literally a 0, and he's barely been practicing.
Yeah, but his ankle has to be a week healthier. I understand what you're saying. I 100% get it.
He's a decoy out there for Jamar Chase because Jamar Chase is going to go bonkers today.
But the thing is Jamar Chase has been a decoy the whole season.
Hey, man, but on ESPN, they were talking this morning. He bought like 30 tickets for his friends and family for that game. So if you're into
Joe Burrow showed up in Jamar Chase LSU jersey. It's just going to happen.
So Daniel, for me personally, I'm not starting DJ Moore over Higgins. Lazard is another question because he has that touchdown upside with Aaron Rodgers weekly. And just by him doing that, he could outscore Higgins. but I would start Higgins over DJ Moore personally.
Like it's really only if you have the options. If you had a CD Lamb or like your options you had in that league, it's like easily sit Higgins. But if it's you're choosing between a guy like DJ Moore who's and is going to have PJ Walker thrown to him, and you got Lazard who has Aaron Rodgers who doesn't want to throw over 200 yards a game, I think I'd go with Higgins here. If because you don't have the other options. But I understand if you want to, pull a Lazard move and you're not feeling comfortable with the injury, because getting a goose egg is never fun.
And it's totally tough, man.
But it's hard to, it's with injuries like that. Cause that's always the question is, oh man, is he going to be a decoy? Is he going to be a decoy? And you can't think of it like that, unfortunately, because not every coaching style has that same mentality of using a decoy. They want to keep their players healthy and they're not going to put him out on the field. But if he's healthy, they're going to use him, I think, in my opinion. I don't know if he'll be that decoy this week again, because the Cowboys defense much better than the Saints defense.
Very good. Very good.
But Dion have a pretty good defense, though.
They're banged up, though. Did you say you said the Saints, right?
Yes.
Yeah, they're second. Yeah, they're
T. Higgins banged up too as well. So
yeah, I hear you. No Marshawn Lattimore today. He's their best corner.
That's why Jamar Chase.
They traded. Yeah, they traded Chauncey Gardner-Johnson in the offseason, so he's not there to help out either. So I honestly don't know who the cornerbacks are for the Saints this week. Yes.
Dion wants to know Kenneth Walker or James Robinson. Man,
Kenneth.
that one's Kenneth. He's going to get majority of the workload. I wouldn't be surprised if both of them get the same amount of workload in their offenses. But Kenneth, I think, can get a little bit more of the passing work because ETN's starting to eat into Robinson's passing work a little bit more. So it's Kenneth Walker, but it's kind of closer than you would think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I go Ken Walker as well. Clean sweep.
And we got Adrian. Hey, Adrian. AJ Brown or Jamar Chase? I think we just said it. It's Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
He doesn't have Marcus Lattimore. They're playing the Saints. I love A.J. Brown, but he's been inconsistent as all hell, and Jamar Chase is due for a game.
Yep.
Yep. I think Khalil Shakira is worth benching. What do you guys think?
No, it was he picked him up to put him on his bench. The thing that scares me about that, Dion, is
that's what I meant.
Shakir is only going to be relevant when Isaiah McKenzie isn't playing because he's the backup slot receiver with Jameson Crowder being down with an ankle injury. With McKenzie healthy, I don't really see a whole lot of production coming Shakir's way.
How deep is the league? If it's like a 10-teamer, no chance he should be on your bench.
Sure.
And Daniel, we all had the same hopes for DJ Moore and the Panthers when the QB change happened, and
I think it's just helpless hopes now. Yeah,
I think it's wishful thinking.
Now. Yeah, but
I think you want to hope he gets traded somewhere if you have DJ Moore.
It's probably not going to help for fantasy purposes, but I really want the Bears to trade for DJ Moore, man. Like I said, that wouldn't help fantasy purposes, but it helped our Bears.
No. Yep. And then Connor wants to know, am I crazy for thinking about starting Joshua Kelly over Najee Harris? Now, it's Joshua Kelly, so yes, you're a little crazy for thinking that. But,
I get it, man.
I won't lie. I'm starting Jeff Wilson over Najee Harris in a league I'm in this week. Like, if you got a solid option, not a Joshua Kelly, like a Jeff Wilson, an Eno Benjamin, maybe a Darrell Henderson, I think I would play them over Najee Harris.
Sure.
But that's
no, we got a couple.
That is the last.
We got a couple.
No, I'm not saying unless this is the one. Dion traded Lockett and Josh Jacobs for Diggs and Eno Benjamin.
No, you still made out, man. You got Diggs and Eno.
You got the best player in the trade, yeah.
And I
by
think
a decent margin.
Eno's going to be really good with James Conner being down as well and battling injuries because we've already seen him start eating away at Conner's workload because he's banged up, especially in the passing game.
He's seen 4 targets in 4 or 5 games. So yeah,
I like that. I like that for you.
I'm a little concerned about Eno's Benjamin long-term value because you can't bank on injuries. But yeah, she's got the best player in the trade right here, and Stephon Diggs. I doubt you made that trade without having good running backs besides Josh Jacobs. So I like that trade for you. Oh, what's up, Dean?
Hey, Dan. And then Cotter says, thank you. Jesus, Mike. Cotter says, thank you. You're welcome, man. Anytime. And then Adrian says, much love. Thank y'all. Much love to you, man. If you guys like the show, please hit that like button. Please subscribe to the channel. We really appreciate it.
Yes, we do. We love all the encounters we have with everybody.
But I
except,
will,
me with you too. I don't love those.
Yeah,
encounters.
yeah, I don't like hanging
Yeah, I
out
kind of
with you.
hate you.
3 videos a week either, man. But let's go ahead and jump into the questions from the Q&A I did in the Facebook group this morning, where I answered 180 start-sit questions, guys.
Get over it, man.
Fun.
But I want to hear your guys' opinions on them, and I'll give you my spiel of what I said. So we got one from, start Juju or Drake London this week. And this one was tough for me right out the gate. This was a hard
Juju.
question.
I want everything to do with that game.
That's exactly what I commented back to the person. Yeah, Drake London's so much better than Juju. Talent.
It is. He's like second in target share across all receivers, but they don't throw much in that offense.
And with how silly that over or under is, man, in the Chiefs Bills game, you got to put every single part of that game in your fantasy lineup.
Bingo.
As you can.
It's closer than you'd like to think because the Niners have allowed their opponents to not score anything over 20 points in the 5 games they've played. The Niners hold the best fantasy points per game to all positions. It's the lowest for them. So I think it's Juju this week, but normally it'd be Drake London any other week.
Sure. Yeah. Next one here from Adam. Need a wide receiver at a flex half PPR. So pick 2 here, guys. AJ Dillon, Rashad White, Darius Slayton, Corey Davis.
Say that again.
AJ Dillon, Rashad White, Darius Slayton, Corey Davis. Pick 2.
Oh hell!
You're playing AJ Dillon. Out of those options,
and you're playing Darius Slayton, man. When he was the guy,
Wandale's back.
Yeah, but he's not. He might eat into some of the target share.
I think I'm going Corey Davis, man, because Darius Slayton was just a 1 week thing. It was we've seen it before with it, and I did state it on Friday's podcast. That would be the guy I want from the Giants in this game, but you got Corey Davis right there, who has been consistent all year, even with Zach Wilson, with the targets.
Who was the other one, though?
Darius Rashad White, and you're not playing Rashad White right now.
Yeah, you're not playing Rashad White, so it's between Slayton and Davis. I believe it's Davis for me and AJ Dillon, but it's close between Slayton and Davis.
Yeah,
I go Davis.
I still like Slayton over Davis this week. I know
they do not want to throw the ball in the Giants offense. Yeah, we've seen this. They at least want to throw it in the Jets offense a little bit. More than they do in the Giants. More than they do than the Giants.
Next one from Nicholas Davis. Oh, sorry, man. I didn't even answer this one for you. So hopefully you're listening.
So 179 questions.
179 questions. My bad. We got Drake London, George Pickens, Brandon Ayuk. Who would you sit? I think you're sitting Ayuk.
I was going to say, I think you're sitting Pickens. You play Tampa Bay.
That just means that Kenny Pickett's going to throw it 60 times in my eyes.
And probably complete 20 of them.
No, let's go 30. Let's give him 50.
Like get a half
30 out of 60
instead of like almost 40.
I think you said Ayuk because the Niners just want to run the hell out of the ball. They're going to be,
but they're playing a team that allows the top 10 most to wide receiver, which obviously probably helps Debo a lot, but still you got to think Ayuk at least a little bit.
Yeah,
over Pickens, who's not going to get much.
You got to think of the game script here. The Niners are going to win this game. The Niners are going to be up all game probably, which means they want to run the ball when they've been up.
What makes you say that? Falcons have been playing fine.
Go look at the game script last week against the Carolina Panthers. I'm talking about the Niners. The Niners are going to be up. The Niners are going to win. I'm calling it now. If you think the Falcons are going to win, sorry. Break your spirits.
They are going to battle.
They're going to hang around.
It is. But the Niners, when up, run the ball. They don't throw the ball. They run the ball. So
you're still going to see more targets than Pickens.
I don't think so because the Steelers are going to be down all damn game. They're going to have to throw the ball.
It's Kenny Small Hands Pickett. Has he shown you anything of any sort of resemblance that he's going to be good?
And you're betting on Jimmy Garoppolo
against Atlanta compared to Tampa Bay? Yes.
Jimmy can't. Oh my gosh! Whatever. I'm just saying, Jeff Wilson ran all over the Panthers last week when they were up the whole time, and it's going to be the same exact thing this week.
Next one we got. Start Metcalf or Eno in the flex, guys. We're on to the next question. Answer this one. Start Metcalf or Eno Benjamin in the flex.
It's Metcalf.
I actually said Eno here, which is surprising. I think he gets more guaranteed touches than DK. The matchup is pretty good for DK against Arizona secondary, but I'm really high on Eno this week.
The Cardinals, they use that, they give their running backs the full workload when they trust them. But, I mean, do they trust Eno? I mean, because they went out and got somebody to back him up. I mean, obviously, because the injury.
I think they showed they trust Eno last week enough to at least guarantee 12 to 15 touches.
All right.
My point is, DK he's been solid, right?
I'm still going DK, though.
Yeah,
DK's been actually ramping it up. It's been better than
and
solid.
We want in this offense or this
game
is supposed to be a lot
of
scoring. So I'm picking DK.
So I mean, if it was a different option than Metcalf, I'd be going Eno, but it's Metcalf.
Okay.
Yep.
We do got a live question here for John Polk. Michael Carter or Alan Lazard in my flex half-point PPR? That answer is Alan Lazard, my friend.
Yeah, John. I'm thinking that's also Alan Lazard here. Man, I'm just scared though because I was reading up and Alan Lazard might draw Sauce Gardner. That does scare me a little bit. It does scare me a little bit for him, but it is
hoping Alan Lazard on Romeo.
No, I don't think so. But Michael Carter he's not getting phased completely out of the offense, but he is the change of pace guy, and it's Breece Hall's offense until an injury or Breece Hall fucks up majorly. So it's Alan Lazard, but it is closer than you would like to think.
Yes.
Just because of the matchup.
And then I just got an update, guys. Andy Dalton could play his way into New Orleans' starting job with a good game versus the Bengals today. Per Ian Rappaport, Jameis might be benched. Doesn't surprise me. Dalton's been fine. He was fine with the Bears last year until he got hurt. He's
fine.
I think
that's what New Orleans wants. They just want fine. They don't want anybody.
I was gonna say the upside's probably bigger there for Jameis, but obviously the downside is the Jameis.
I just think they set Andy Dalton. They set Andy Dalton up to fail. First of all, the Bengals haven't allowed a touchdown in the second half to an opponent all year so far.
That's nice.
Second,
that's a good stat.
That's why he needs a good game.
Well, second of all, Andy Dalton doesn't have his three best weapons to throw to. Well, the three of the four best weapons to throw to, and Michael Thomas, Andy Dalton, Chris Olave, and Jarvis Landry. So they kind of did set him up to fail right here.
Winston's probably sitting back like, I ain't worried. Who are you going to throw? Taysom Hill's going to take all the snaps anyways.
Next question. PPR flex. Travis Etienne or Jalen Waddle with Skylar Thompson chucking him the football?
Man.
I'll start, guys. I still went Waddle here, which might surprise you. And I said it's really, really close. Still think that. But hopefully they just get Waddle. They just get the ball in his hands and just let him go, on quick in routes, some slants, some wide receiver bubble screens. Hopefully that's their game plan with him, and hopefully he breaks one.
Isn't Tyreek a little banged up too?
He is.
They're both off the injury report.
Okay. I was going to say that might help Waddle a little bit, but nope.
But the Dolphins are playing the Vikings. The Vikings defense is I think it's Waddle, even with Skylar Thompson in there. Mike McDaniel shows to be a competent play caller, get the ball in his playmakers' hands soon and often to let them make all the plays. So I take Waddle. It is close, though, unfortunately, because Skylar Thompson is very untrustworthy. But he came in and he actually showed some moxie. So, I mean, I do like it against a good matchup against the Vikings defense.
Yep. Next question from Jared Fort. Need an RB2 and a flex. We got Zeke versus Philly, Duvernay versus the Giants, George Pickens versus Tampa, or CEH versus the Bills, guys. I'll start. I went CEH and Duvernay.
I knew you were going to say CEH.
CEH and Duvernay.
I lean CEH in this too as well. And it's between because Zeke is just so boring, and that matchup against Philly
so inefficient too, man.
Yeah. So it's between Duvernay and Pickens. It's Duvernay with a slight edge, but I do like Pickens versus Tampa. It's a slight edge because Bateman's out. That's the only reason why I'm going Duvernay. If Bateman was in, it'd be Pickens.
Yeah, for sure. Next one for you from Bobby. We got Juju Smith-Schuster, Devonta Smith, George Pickens, Dever Duvernay. Who do I bench today?
Say it again.
Out of those options,
Devonta Smith, Pickens, Duvernay, and Juju.
Oh shit! I'm gonna say Devontae.
Really
tough.
I went Pickens.
Cowboys. It depends on what you think. Do you think it's going to be a shootout? Which I don't think it's going to, because I don't think Cooper Rush can handle something like that.
No, it's going to be
so I think it's going to be slow. So I'm not too thrilled about the Eagles receivers necessarily. I'm sure one will do good, but
actually, believe it or not, the Cowboys, how good have their defense has been? I want to say they've allowed a decent amount of passing yards.
I just know they're sacking a lot of people.
They're 26th allowing passing yards, so it's actually not that great. That's what it was. I was looking up the points per game in PPR, and they allowed the most points per game to wide receivers. That's what it was. It was like 35, I think it was, but that's total for all wide receivers.
Sure.
Yeah, dude, I love fantasy data. It's got so much shit for me.
Okay, guys, if you want some fantasy stats, a bunch of different stuff, they do snap counts, they do targets, go on over to our friends at fantasydata.com. It's I know I use a lot of their stuff for my articles. Yeah, it's definitely a great website.
Very informational.
Yep. Another question here from Jared Fortin. DST, guys. 49ers versus the Falcons or Philly versus Dallas? I went with the Niners still.
You gotta man.
Yes.
Yeah, you go with the Niners. The 20-point thing is always good. And Dallas's defense, I wouldn't be surprised if they get a scoop and score or a pick six. And I know that doesn't affect Philly's defense, but it does affect the way their defense plays then from there on out. And that's what I'm afraid of. So I'm going 49ers.
Same.
Sure. Mike, how about you take over some questions here so I can go.
Charles wants to know here. Yep, Charles wants to know here. First of all, I want to know how you got both these damn quarterbacks. It's got to be dynasty. But which QB are you starting this week, Mahomes or Herbert?
Mahomes.
You go Mahomes. Yeah, that over-under in that game, like I've said, so awesome.
I would hate to have to make that choice every week, though.
Yeah, Mahomes might get a pick six, and he still will probably outscore Herbert.
Yeah.
Justin wants to know here, guys. He's got three options: Romeo Doubs, George Pickens, or DJ Moore.
Romeo.
I think it's Romeo in that situation with Lazard being shadowed by Sauce.
What was it?
I love the second one. It's Romeo Doubs, George Pickens, or DJ Moore. You answered with Pickens on the comment. Are you staying with that?
That's where I lean. Yep.
All right. You're dying on that hill.
The volume, man. I think the volume's going to be there. Like I said, they're going to be down the whole game.
We got a pretty good, a pretty easy one here, in my opinion. Sonia wants to know: start Tyreek or should I replace him with Cortland Sutton? Don't overthink it. Start Tyreek. Yeah.
I was overthinking it when I was answering the question today for sure, because I heard a stat that the Chargers allow the most passing touchdowns in the NFL, and that's that's Cortland Sutton's shtick. So that's why I was thinking about it. But I think you still go Tyreek Hill as well.
They do not allow the most passing touchdowns right now.
Close?
It's three teams: the Titans, the Chiefs, and the Commanders that have allowed 12.
How close are the Chargers?
Oh man, I'm fine. I'm blanking. I can't find them. I got to control F it. They're sick. They are six.
Control F it.
They're six. Okay, so they do allow.
They allow 10. They allow 10. They're the last team that's allowed double digits, so it is a good matchup still. I have to control F it. Control find if you guys don't know computers.
Control fuck it. That's what I was.
No. We'll move on to our next question from Timmy. He wants to know Kirk Cousins or Joe Burrow. Kirk Cousins does have a decently tough matchup against the Dolphins.
It's Burrow here, man. I'm
going with the hype.
Think this.
He's back in the Superdome, man, where he absolutely dominated in 2019.
And yeah, I already said too that Saints defense is banged up, so I think Burrow's going to be perfectly fine this week.
It's just the Dolphins, man. They do allow a lot of passing.
We have a live question on LaPlant.
Yep. They're fifth most at allowing the most receiving yards, so that's why it is kind of an question. Bob, what's up, man? Lockett or Godwin in the flex?
That one's tough.
Man, there is nobody playing for the defense of Pittsburgh. Play Godwin.
I go Godwin.
You don't have JJ Watt. Yeah, I mean,
I just like how that game's going to be should be high scoring for the Cardinals and Seahawks. So I'm assuming Lockett's going to get his opportunities.
He will, and he definitely, made him count against the Saints last week. That one is a close one, but I do love Godwin just a little bit more because of the fact that they don't have anybody on defense, man. They're so banged up right now.
Is Minka out too?
Yeah, Minka's out too.
Yeah, no, I said that one's Godwin.
Yeah, I got it.
That one's Godwin. Mm-hmm. All right. Next question here. Diego, he wants to know Jacoby or Dion Jackson half-point PPR.
I went Dion.
Upside.
Yeah, he needs Jacoby Myers. He needs some upside. That's why I think I went Dion Jackson. He's going to see the bulk of the carries, man. And we saw him. He's a bigger back, so he should see the red zone carries as well here. And he was involved in the passing game last week. I think he's a solid flexible.
I'm going Jacoby Myers.
He did get 8 targets last week.
He is getting targeted a pretty good amount, actually.
The problem is this.
Yeah, but it was Detroit last week.
Probably fair.
And the volume's not there with Bailey Zappi either. Like, I don't know if you have his attempts pulled up by chance.
The volume's not there, but he was still the leading target leader. He had 8 targets last week. With
I think Zappi only threw it 20 times or something. I know.
Yeah, which gives Jacoby Myers a stupid target
almost
share.
a 50% target share. Yeah.
Man, if you really want upside, I hate to say it, but you go Jacoby Myers.
Yeah.
Deion Jackson's safe. He's really safe. He's going to get you a good 10 points, I think, and maybe fall in the end zone and get you 17 or 16. But if you want upside, it's Jacoby Myers. He's the ceiling play.
Blah, blah, blah.
That's what the question was upside. But Matt wants to know Jerry Jeudy or Jalen Waddle. Oh man,
it's
Waddle.
Even with that good matchup for Cortland Sutton, it doesn't work for Jeudy.
No.
Oh man,
he doesn't score touchdowns like what's his nuts does.
That one is a close one. I'm squeezing out Waddle just a little bit. Imagine him out just because the offense for the Broncos are still kind of, middle of the pack to below bottom of the barrel. So I'm going Waddle. Austin Smith needs to know Devontae Smith, AJ Brown, and George Pickens. He's got to start 2 of them. Does he? Man, I don't know if you limit that upside. You limit the ceiling playing AJ Brown and Devontae Smith. So I think you got to go one of the 2 Eagles receivers and Pickens. And
I'm going AJ over Smith.
It's hard to go him with the inconsistencies, but
sure.
Man, you got to go AJ over Devontae, unfortunately.
Agreed.
Dylan?
I went with Devonta Smith and Brown.
Devontae Smith. You want to play both Eagles receivers, all right?
Not scared.
I would be.
Not scared. Not scared of Dallas' defense. I got it. Hey, Leanne wants to know Romeo Doubs or Duvernay?
It's Duvernay. It's Rashad Bateman's out, guys. He is the wide receiver 1 in the offense. I try
to think of which team throws more, and it's kind of even.
I'd probably go Duvernay.
And the Ravens offense is better.
On the ground.
No, in general, man. The Packers offense is so blah. That's why they lost to the Giants last week, a team who throws the ball 9 times a game.
Yeah, but it still has some fantasy points to be had, though. Yeah, it's a tough one for me, though. I do like Dobbs' upside, but Duvernay is the safer play. I think just Dobbs has a higher ceiling this week. Duvernay's the safer guy, though. Lindsay wants to know. Ooh, I don't even know. Yeah, hey, everyone's got their questions and their doubts. Jimmy Garoppolo or Justin Herbert? It's Herbert for me.
Yeah.
And then Mark Simpson wants to know Mike Boone or Dion Jackson.
Dion.
Yeah, it's Jackson there.
It's Dion Jackson. Yeah. Yeah. Boone's the backup. Dion's the starter as of right now. Jerry Atkins, full point PPR, Eno Benjamin or CeeDee Lamb. That was a tough one because of the whole CeeDee Lamb injury. I know you're concerned about that, Dylan.
I am. I kind of want to change my answer though.
CeeDee.
I mean, he's got more time to rest because it's the Sunday night game. I go CeeDee.
Yeah,
you can change
your answer, man. I'm gonna go Benjamin. Nope, I'm gonna stick with it.
All right. Stick to your gut. Another defensive question here. Mark Simpson wants to know Panthers defense or Eagles defense. Panthers play the goddamn I can't find them.
The
Los
Rams.
Angeles Rams.
This is a tougher question than you think, to be honest with you, because Matthew Pafford's gonna throw an interception or two in this game. So that's why I thought about it, but it's the Eagles D, I think.
It is the Eagles.
Yes.
D. I'm curious to see how the Panthers defense works with new coaching because when Wilkes got the interim head coaching job, he fired the defensive coordinator. So it's going to be a new coordinator, So it's no guarantee that they're going to have that same production as they had.
You guys remember Steve Wilkes or no?
Yeah, he was the Cardinals coach.
Yeah, for a year, and then they canned him for Kingsbury.
Yep. Well, and Kingsbury has not been that great.
Mm-hmm.
Dylan, you got a fan?
Yeah. Hi, Hannah.
All right. On to the next question here. Mark Simpson again. This one's a kicker one. You go Harrison Butker or you going Matt Gay?
You going Butker, man. So many points to be scored in that game.
Have you guys seen it? Because I didn't see him inactive, so he should be playing this week.
He is playing. Yeah.
Okay, good. Because I remember last week he was inactive. Greg Fredrickson wants to know Eno Benjamin or Kareem Hunt, 12-team PPR.
Eno.
Pretty easily. Eno. We got a live question, Mike. I'm pulling it up now. We got Kittle or Hurst. Pure Chicken. Hurst was inactive, right, Ike? You said that?
Yes.
Yeah, so you're going Kittle there. And then DJ Moore or George Pickens. You go Pickens.
I would say DJ Moore, but
PJ Walker, man. What has he shown you, Ike, besides the XFL?
PJ Walker, I don't have the stats for this, but I'm pretty sure when PJ Walker plays, he targets DJ Moore. Totally assumption. No backup for that. So
I got no stats to back it up. It's just what I think.
Right on.
Man, I don't want to really look it up.
Hashtag analysis.
I did not see the Hayden Hurst news. When did you get that?
I saw it on Fantasy Pros.
Yes, I did not see that. I'm so upset.
I'm gonna click on.
Snuck one by me.
He's still
2021 week 10. Let's see what DJ Moore did there.
No,
I mean, if Hurst is Kittle.
He's active. And Hurst is active. Ike lied to us.
Yeah, so don't start DJ Moore with PJ Walker. That's bad.
Okay, he is active. I was gonna say
that's bad. It said inactive on Fantasy Pros, which is weird.
It's Hurst over Kittle. Then if he's active for me.
Are you sure, Mike? The Saints allow. I know they're banged up, but I've been saying it the whole time. The Saints allow the least amount of fantasy points to tight ends. It's the toughest matchup against tight ends. That's what scares me. So you're banking. I know Kittle hasn't been good by any means, and Hurst has been really good.
I mean, as far as
I think you bet on the talent here.
I mean, I don't want to, discredit you or anything, but they are not the least amount of points given up to the tight ends. That would be the Rams at 4.36.
Where is the Saints?
The Rams only give up 4 points to tight ends. Holy hell.
Apparently so. Saints are 27th at 7.2. So it's still not a great matchup. The Falcons do allow 17.4 to Kittle. I mean, I'm just playing the game script here. I mean, this is the best week for Kittle. So, I mean, if you do want to play him, this is going to be the week he breaks out. I'm just, like a couple weeks ago, I called my Deebo Samuel breakout against the Rams because I knew that was going to happen. I don't know if Kittle's going to break out, man, the way he's been playing and the way they've been utilizing him. All he's been doing is blocking. You don't get points for blocking, sorry. And Man, I know
unless
you're
you're playing all
disagree with me.
22.
I know you disagree with me, but actually, in the case versus Pickens versus DJ Moore, man, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I actually go DJ Moore.
Yeah.
I don't want to, but Pickens is the third guy on that team. Hopefully, with the new coaching, scheme, with Wilkes, he's smart. He gets his good players the ball. So I'm hoping for that.
I'd like to think so.
Yeah. So we'll move on to our next one here, unless you guys get any more live questions in while you can. We got about 12 minutes left before we close up shop. Mark Simpson wants to know, he's flexing Ayuk or Jacoby Myers this week.
Jacoby.
Yeah, it's Jacoby. And David Gonzalez, Isaiah McKenzie or Alan Lazard?
Isaiah McKenzie.
No,
yeah,
man. You want the third wide receiver over the number one? Yeah, give me the third wide receiver over the number one. I do want McKenzie this week. Lazard, I am scared. I shouldn't be scared of Sauce, but I am, man. He's been all right. He's all right. He's already got his own commercial for B-dubs. You got to be doing all right then.
Yeah, you like him because you like his sauce, man.
I mean, he does have good swagger. Who's the guy? He's got good swagoo.
Swagoo.
Then Mark Simpson again as far as wide receiver 2, Pickens or Jacoby Myers?
Jacoby.
Myers.
That's still Jacoby, yeah. David, Jalen Hurts or Kyler Murray?
It's Kyler.
It is Kyler Murray for the in that one. Unfortunately, you probably should have said Hurts this week if you have that option. And then Kyle Pitts or Will Dissly?
Kyle.
It's Pitts, yep.
It is Kyle, but it's a reasonable question.
I feel like I want to start getting no fan involved.
Maybe. Wes Wilds. Pickens or Dion Jackson PPR?
Dion.
That's one of those ones where you can go. I don't think you're going to go wrong either way. Dion's the safer play. Pickens is your ceiling play. So, I mean, did you get hurt by that overflowing Thursday night game full of points? Then go for the ceiling and Pickens. But, I mean, Dion Jackson's safer.
Yeah.
And then this one's an interesting one. Roger wants to know, CeeDee Lamb banged up against the Phillies D or Isaiah McKenzie against Kansas City?
CD.
Man.
I said go McKenzie here, man.
I can understand it going both ways. I get it here. I think I just want to play it safer and go with the target volume with CeeDee Lamb. I get wanting to have any part of the game for the Buffalo, Kansas City. But I just want more safety and security with those, 8+ targets a game from CeeDee Lamb.
And that depends how your roster shakes out too, man. Like I have this predicament in our home league as well, but I'm going CeeDee Lamb because I'm already started Devin Singletary, Gabe Davis in that game. I don't want to start Isaiah McKenzie too. That might be pushing it a little too much.
I don't know. We all thought that about that Lions Seahawks game, and that would have been the perfect stack, getting 3 Lions or 3 Seahawks. So you never know when that's going to happen. But it's a good question. I just lean CD a little bit. Danny Rice wants to know, Henderson or Miles Sanders?
That one's Hendo, unfortunately.
Wow.
Yeah, because of the tough matchup against the Cowboys. Let me go here. They are 19th best at 18th best at stopping the run. Only 588 yards through 5 games. So
we got a live
not a whole lot to be had on the. Not a whole lot. I like how you say we got a live one here.
We got a live one here.
That one's Mike Williams.
Yes.
Yeah. That's one of those ones where you have a good option. Yeah, you have a good option over T. Higgins.
It's not DJ.
It's not Alan Lazard.
I'm still playing DJ Moore over T. Higgins.
It's Mike Williams without Keenan Allen. Man, we add too, which has been boding pretty well for him. And we got another live one from John. Devin Singletary or Miles Sanders, half-point PPR?
Singletary.
Yeah, man. Miles Sanders is a safer play with more volume here, but against the tough defense like the Cowboys, I think I Singletary edges me out here just a little
I'll
bit
go
more.
on Singletary as well. But I wouldn't be surprised if they get James Cook a little bit involved.
Yeah, me too. But at the same time, the couple games that the Bills have been in tough matchups, Singletary's been the guy.
That's why I don't think they trust anybody else, to be honest
and
with you.
And this is going to be a tough matchup.
Exactly. That's why this is
I think they might give him a few touches at least, but it's not going to be anything. It's not going to be anything significant.
This is the most important game on the Bills' schedule, and they want this game as they want this game.
They wanted his revenge from last year.
Oh yeah, in the 13 seconds of Mahomes and then not touching the ball in overtime, 100%.
Oh
yeah,
man,
it's Singletary. Going off the question between Mike Williams and T. Higgins.
That's still Ramondre Stevenson, without David Harris.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I haven't looked at the consensus rankings yet, but Ramondre was at 5 for the consensus this week.
Yeah, blew me away. I understand it now. I moved him up slightly, but I still can't put him at 5.
10th round fantasy pick is the top 5 in top 5 running back in week 6.
Yeah, it's Ramondre over T. Higgins, unfortunately.
It's crazy, man.
You got some good options, though.
Mm-hmm.
Good options. Oh, nice. All right, on to this next. All right. Ethan wants to know, Devontae Smith, Jacoby Myers, or Devin Duvernay?
Jacoby again.
I think Devontae Smith's done enough for me where I'm plugging him in my lineup, and I'm all right with it, man. That's where you're going. Come to the dark side,
Devontae. It's Devontae.
I was gonna say, don't do that with your squeaky chair right there.
Squeak. It's Devontae. On to the next. Jimmy Michael wants to know, Joshua Kelly or Philip Lindsay? That one's Philip Lindsay for me.
I guess.
I don't like it.
I mean, he's a safer play. Joshua Kelly, you're banking on a touchdown to save your week, and if he doesn't get the touchdown,
I hear you, dog.
All right.
Yeah, I guess.
Philip Lindsay at least saw 4 targets. Yeah. Philip saw 4 targets in the game without Jonathan Taylor. I know Dion Jackson saw those same 4 targets, but hey, that's 4 potential points right there. Where Joshua Kelly, did he even get 4 targets?
Yeah, he might have. I know he got a touchdown.
I'd have to double check it. Give me 1 second right here. Right there. Chargers. He got 2 targets. He caught 2 targets. But he only got 10 rushing attempts, which Philip Lindsay's easily going to get that without Jonathan Taylor. All right. Heston wants to know, Geno Smith or Justin Herbert?
It's Herbert still.
Yep.
Against the Broncos, man. The Broncos secondary's been good.
I'm not scared.
I think.
You got to think about, I was going to say, are you really going to do that in a league?
Well, I have Herbert. I have Herbert in a league. And I sat there and put myself, would I start Geno Smith over Herbert this week? And I still am leaning Herbert just by a slight edge.
You don't have the balls to. I don't have the balls to.
I have the balls to. It's just, no, it's Herbert. The thing that kind of is Herbert has recovered pretty well from this rib injury. Like, he's actually showed to be pretty good off of this rib injury, which I thought that was going to hinder him for the rest of the season, and that was going to be my deciding factor. But he's actually showed to be, fair, more than competent with this injury. So it's Herbert, but it's close.
Sure.
That's very close for me. And then Devin Singletary or Kareem Hunt?
Singletary. That's easy one. Yep.
Singletary. Yep. Keith wants to know, Duvernay or Hendo in the flex? Henderson.
I went Duvernay. I know you guys are going to disagree here, but that's where I went.
I'm probably going Duvernay as well.
Yeah, well, in the flex position, I usually lean the running back. So
no chance that's right.
Yeah, he's
apparently Cooper.
Nah, I think I would have got an update saying that.
I'll give it a
look. I did not get an update.
Doc, you might have got fooled, my man. I'm sorry, I have not seen that. I think I would have hoping and I have notifications on Adam Schefter's Twitter.
Yeah, he's not said anything like that.
No, you're good.
Latest, just a minute ago, was the Aaron Rodgers tweet about his thumb, but that's just minor.
Nick Bosa is officially inactive today for the Niners. So I wonder if that changes our defensive question from earlier.
I think we all said Niners.
They've still been good without Bosa, man. What the hell is his name? That rookie, Ufonga or something?
Talufina.
Talua.
I know what you're saying. Yeah, the safety.
Him and Fred Warner, man, are just dominating.
Hufina. I don't know his name.
Hufina.
Came from USC. That's all I know.
He's
he
really
made me
good,
look.
man.
Touche, Doc. Touche.
Made you look.
Come on, man. Just derailed the podcast.
That's right. I'm going to put you on my shit list.
How are you going to do this? How are you going to do this to me, Doc?
Hey, that was funny. I don't care what you said.
It was good. Yeah, that was funny.
Timothy, moving on here. Kirk Cousins or Aaron Rodgers? That one's Kirky.
Yeah, it's Kirky. Let's go rapid fire, Mike.
Yep.
Let's go.
Yep. Daniel, Jerry Jeudy or Isaiah McKenzie?
Isaiah.
Isaiah McKenzie. Yep.
That one's Jeudy for me. Need two running backs here. PPR. Henderson, Walker, or Wilson? Who's
Walker?
Jeff
Wilson for me. Yep.
Walker, Wilson.
It's Henderson and Wilson for me. Dobbins, Dylan, or Michael Carter?
Hold on. I know we want to rapid fire, but you got to explain yourself a little bit here. Why?
You can't just say it nonchalantly.
You just said rapid fire, and you want to do this. I'm sorry.
Bullshit. No, we could go a little long here because we started late too. But I want to hear your reasoning on why you do that.
I personally
Henderson over Walker.
Yep, I think this is a breakout week for Henderson. The Falcons. What was I telling you? They where are they? They are top 15 in allowing rushing yards. I like Henderson more because he's going to get the full workload. I'm calling it.
If I recall,
you don't know that
they said he was going to be in a 3-man committee.
They didn't even give fucking Chris Carson and Rashad Penny the full workload.
I'm sure they're going to work.
How can you tell me they're going to give him the full workload?
Fair. I was going to say they're often injured, but same with Kenneth Walker. So
exactly. So how can you guarantee he's going to get the full workload?
Can't guarantee Darrell Henderson will either.
Yeah,
Darrell Henderson is at least more fresh than Malcolm Brown and who else? What's the other guy? I can't even remember his name.
He's just a guy.
Yeah,
he's just a guy.
Exactly.
But take it easy. We've seen the Rams love Malcolm Brown in the past. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's and the only person that's going to steal touches away from what's his nuts Walker is DJ Dallas or Travis Homer maybe, and they might be passing down works, but Seattle's going to cram it down the cram.
Geno likes to pull down and run sometimes, so he can absolutely take away from those targets too for Kenneth Walker that are supposed.
We can disagree. I just wanted to give you the opportunity to.
I know. Way to ruin the rapid fire.
No, that's fine.
We'll finish it up here with this one. Yeah, Christian McCaffrey or James Robinson full point PPR. It's C-Mac.
Easy.
Man. Yes, sir. All right, guys. We do have to make our own lineup decisions, and I know we do have to set up some FanDuel lineups as well. But it was fantastic having all you guys here again. We do love answering all these questions, and I love arguing with these two morons next to me. But, just make sure you go check out our content. We got content coming out every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We got the recap for the Sunday night games with me and Dylan coming out later tonight. Actually, no, we're going to be posting that in the morning tomorrow. We're going to be testing that out. And then make sure, guys, if you want to actually talk to us on a daily basis, ask as many questions as you want, go check out our plans at fantasy6pack.net/plans. You can talk to us as much as you want on our Discord channel. We just actually started up a couple new AMAs with betting and DFS. And what was the other one? And then we got Joe's AMA as well.
Joe just does his start sit AMA every week.
So you can ask as many questions as you guys want. It's a blast, and we have a lot of fun in there. But, that pretty much wraps up our day for today. For Dylan and Ike, I'm Mike. Everyone, good luck in week 6.
Smash the like.